Hey everybody, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the off ramp. I am Thomas Jason Anderson. Thanks for joining me early this morning. I got up early because there's a huge summit happening today here in my hometown. We've got President Irfan Ali here from Guyana. We've got the leader of Trinidad. We've got leaders from all over the Caribbean, South America, and Central America. Um, the whole purpose of this summit at down in Doral, where President Trump has his golf club and this little resort thing going on down there. The whole point of it is to reorganize the entire region, reorganize it in a way that uh, allows a future without a constant battle between communism versus capitalism, between Fidel Castro versus John F. Kennedy. Like, we finally gotten to that place in history, right? Where I understand that there's a lot of people here who are watching now who, you guys know a lot about what's been going on in the world and up until now, and you have a vested interest in keeping that going. You have a vested interest in having a world that looks like John F. Kennedy's president, and it's the evil Americans versus the Khrushchev-led Soviet Union. Like, you guys really want that. I understand, and I think the main reason why you guys want that is because there's a lot of anger about the past. Um, excuse me. There's a lot of how can I put it? Just I don't know, just people not satisfied with how things have turned out over the last 40 or 50 years in the Caribbean, in South America, in this region. People just don't aren't happy with it, and they feel like the only way to make it right is to constantly be at war with their friends, their family, their neighbors, constantly just attack anybody who's in the United States. It doesn't matter. America is the great Satan, and there's just a group of people out here, and I've experienced, speaking to a lot of them. Um, they're just they're dead set on making sure that all of us are constantly in a verbal, emotional, just in a constant state of anger and a constant state of just complaining. Um, Most of them I've noticed, no matter what you say, their answer is it can't work. Nothing can work. The only thing that can work is if all of my enemies are killed in bloody murder. That's what we're dealing with. And that's and so that's why the summit has to happen in Miami, because there are a lot of people right now in the region, in the world, who they don't want to move forward unless they see a lot of blood flowing and they see many, 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 many people dead. I mean, I'm just telling you. And the people they want dead are people like me. If you're an American, you have to die. Unless you're an American who says that other Americans have to die. I've noticed that. So if I come on here and I say Trump deserves to die and other Americans have to die, then I'm good with these people online. I'm good. Like, I'm a good American. But if I say, hey, I don't think anyone should die. I don't think Americans should be killing anybody. I don't think anyone should be killing Americans. Oh, you work for the devil now. And I'm like, what? I don't think anyone should be killing anybody right now. And so that's why we need the summit, because there is a huge split in the world today, especially in the Caribbean. And the split is really simple. People who don't want to fight anymore, people who don't want blood and revenge in the streets, people like me, like, I don't want to see blood in the streets in our region. I don't want to see people getting killed. I don't want to see that stuff. I don't want to see war. I don't want to see conflict. There are people like me who absolutely do not want to see any conflict at all in this region. Okay? But there are so many other people out here who don't like people like me, the non-conflict people. There are so many people out here, there are many who demand that everyone get totally radicalized. And if you're not trying to go out there and get Americans killed or get the PPP murdered in the streets, then you're a bad person and you can't be listened to. You work for the devil now. But it's like, how is me calling for peace being, how am I the bad guy? I'm calling for peace. And you guys are the good guys because you're mad because you want to kill people and you're not getting your way. So you're good for wanting to kill people. I'm bad for wanting peace. And then the other thing is that people are saying, well, you're gullible. You're being tricked by these evil devils. They've tricked us so many times in the past. Well, see, the problem with all that is Guyana and other countries in the region, you guys didn't really have the oil wealth you have now. You just didn't have it. You were poor in the past. And so, yes, a poor nation convinces the people, the citizens inside that, you know, don't worry about living for wealth and money because you're never going to get that. They convince you to live by ideology. And that's what a lot of people in Guyana are living through right now is an ideology, right? It's an ideology given to you for you to wrestle with mentally. So while you're wrestling with that ideology, you're not thinking about what's creating the poverty around you, right? So here we are today. Good morning, Savitri. Uh, good morning, Mary. Thank you guys for coming on. I really appreciate the support, guys. If you guys have any questions, please just go ahead and ask. So here I'm getting to the point here that this is why I wanted to have this live, right? Because if you guys can detach yourself from the ideologies of the day, of whatever the political persuasions are of the day pushing that are going on right now, if you could just detach yourself from that and just look at just a few facts, reality wise, right? You may have a different viewpoint. You may be able to join me on my viewpoint on in what's going on in the region and what's really important right now and what's not important, right? So you all have to understand in our region, we all have to understand in the Caribbean region here, South America, Central America, if we can stay politically stable and if we can get along with each other, right? Then it is the region is going to explode in prosperity. And the reason why is because the Middle East is not going to be stable anytime soon. The Middle East is going to be a very unstable place. And because of that, energy cost, energy supply issues, there is going to be an energy problem in this world here. It's going to be a massive energy crunch. And so, in the face of an international energy crunch, political instability in the Middle East, it's going to force the price of oil up. And with that price of oil going up, the wealth of many nations now in the Caribbean and South America the wealth is going to explode. Now, I understand the past when the nation of Guyana, other nations have struggled. I understand. But you guys have to understand this is not the past. What's coming here is so massive, it is beyond your imagination. So you have to really understand here. You have to forget the past. You have to focus on the task at hand. The task at hand is to keep your nations safe, secure, prosperous. It is to get along with political stability. If you guys can accomplish that, what is happening right now in the region is I can't even put it into words. It's hard to describe. It's that big. So I think the problem is, since it's all of us are tangling with what this really means, I think that's a problem of the PPP. Okay. I think the PPP is missing an opportunity right now. And I think they can grab onto this opportunity and not lose it if they make a few adjustments. Okay. So, first of all, I am not a supporter of the PPP. I do not get paid by the PPP. I have made this clear many, many times. I am making it clear, absolutely clear again. Where the PPP is failing is in two places. Okay. Good morning, Winston. Hey, Hazel. Good morning. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for joining. So here's where the PPP is failing in two places, and they can fix this immediately, and they should fix it. And if they do fix it, many things will change overnight. There's a two-pronged thing they're getting it wrong at. The PPP needs to ensure and make sure that the civil workforce in Guyana is bolstered financially in a massive way. One of the easiest ways for the government of Guyana to ensure that the oil revenue doesn't end up foreign capture, doesn't end up in some way, somehow in the hands of foreigners, is to take the revenue and start to build out and create one of the best civil services in the region, in the world. Okay. So that is number one opportunity they're missing. I understand that they're all about roads and this and this and this and that. The most important thing in Guyana it's the people. If the PPP government wants to know what best way to invest, you have to invest in the individual people of your nation first. What is the best way and cleanest and easiest way to do that? You already have in Guyana a massive roster of government employees. It's a huge list of names. They're being paid by the government. It's the civil workforce. They need to get paid way more money. They need way better benefits. They need to be brought up into the middle class of the real world. Okay? It has to happen, and it has to happen yesterday. Yesterday. I've been saying this forever. I do not understand why the PPP have such a hard time getting their government employees higher wages. What is going on? I don't get it. I don't get it. It's very frustrating to watch as an outsider because it's just like it's such an easy thing to do. Unless you really hate the people of your own nation that you lead, it's like they should be happy to want to give everyone who's an employee of the Guyanese government a huge raise. They should be celebrating this. So that's area number one where these guys are screwing up the PPP. And they need to fix that yesterday. The other area where they need to improve, and I'm serious on this, they need to start giving out like a really big cash grant at maybe 2 a year. Yes, you have to. There are people in Guyana who are not plugged into the system. They can't get access to it. They're trying. They cannot get access. The only way to get them the oil revenue is through a cash grant. Sorry, the system in Guyana isn't built out enough to reach everyone. And so the only way to get to everybody, you're going to have to cash grant until you get a system that reaches to everybody. Look, the people of Guyana have struggled for a long time. A long time. Okay? They're getting to the point where it's very large part are getting They're getting to the point where it's hard for them to believe it will get better. The PPP needs to face up to this reality and realize, yeah, man, you guys are getting to the breaking point on some of your population, some of your people. It's time to step in. And I'm going to say it again. The people of Guyana deserve to be treated much, much better, not just by their own government, but by the nations of the world, because what they are allowing to have happen in our world today, the people of Guyana are providing a stable place on our planet for everyone to get much needed energy. That is, I cannot begin to tell you how big of a deal that is. That is to the credit of the people of Guyana. And I hope going forward that the people of Guyana, that you all can see, and other nations in the region can see, that if you guys can bridge your political differences and keep your stability going for not just yourselves, but for the entire world, that in itself deserves a huge monetary benefit. And that's why I continue to push. There needs to be a big cash grant handed out, because without the people of Guyana, many of these problems in the Middle East that Trump is dealing with now could not be dealt with. So where is the reward to the people of Guyana for keeping the stability that has made all of this possible? It hasn't been easy, because the next door neighbor of Guyana is Venezuela, and they have been trying forever to destabilize Guyana in so many ways. And yet the people somehow, some way, were able to see through it. We're able to make it through. It is a credit to the people of Guyana. But I'm telling you guys, there's a summit today in Doral. Irfan Ali is there. It's time for you guys to take a bow. It's time for you guys to accept your blessings. It's time for you guys to focus on yourselves. Come together as a nation. You have to put the past aside. You have to come together. What is waiting for you guys is beautiful if you can keep it together. Right? I'm recommending the PPP do what I say, because it's not about just words. Deeds have to be done, actual deeds. And unfortunately, Guyana isn't developed enough to get a impact economically from the oil revenue down to everyone outside of cash grants. So the cash grants have to happen. I'm calling for them. I hope after Irfan Ali comes back down from Miami to Georgetown, he gets back into Guyana, that he can push a cash grant immediately. And I also hope that they can get on the ball and get the salaries for government workers, for anyone who's a government worker in Guyana. Your salary should be going through the roof. Those are the two things I'm pushing for. I think those have to happen just to set the right table for everyone in Guyana to be able to at least start to come together to build what should be a very beautiful future. So I just wanted to explain this, guys. Yes. So I'm sorry. I'm going to look at some of the comments now. Yep. So I see Winston's talking about Hazel saying the citizens are afraid of the government. I know. I'm afraid of my government too, guys. Anthony Henry, the PPP government is stealing the money and using the ministries and infrastructure projects. I know. I know, guys. I know. So here's what I'm saying, right? I know there's corruption. Yes. The problem is people are thinking, well, we have to get rid of the corruption first before you can do anything. No, I'm sorry, guys. We're not in that space. In the perfect world, yes, we would get rid of the corruption. We'd fix everything. Then we would move forward as heroes and whatever. But that's storybook stuff, guys. That's not the real world. In the real world, you guys in Guyana are going to have to make it happen with the corruption in real time. I mean, we don't have a chance. I think that's one of the most frustrating things I'm running into is, and friends of mine I talk to in Guyana, it's so frustrating. Like, they really do think that the only way forward is to create some kind of accountability where all of the PPP that have committed crimes, they all have to go to jail, and then you have to redo the oil contract. And then after you do all of that, then you get a government elected. And then after that, then we can start running the country now. And it's like, this isn't a test tube. It's not a laboratory. You can't just pause the world, put everybody on trial, just boss everyone. I mean, I don't get it. Like what people want is so far away from what can actually happen. Just so unrealistic, and it's hard for me to deal with. That's the hardest part here, is dealing with people who are so unrealistic. So let's get real for a second, guys. We're not going to get rid of the corruption. Okay, let's really let that sink into your skulls, because I don't think I ever want to hear anyone comment about corruption again to me. I don't think I ever want to see it again. And the reason why I don't think I ever want to see corruption commented to me again is because all I do is work on government corruption. I've been doing it for almost 20 years. No one needs to tell me anything about that. I know everything that needs to be known about that. I know so much about it that I know it's not going anywhere. Sorry to break it to you guys. It's not going anywhere. So unless we can figure out a way to move forward with the corruption happening, we're not going to be able to move forward. Now, maybe some people don't want to move forward. Maybe some people want to stay locked in an everlasting battle where they are going to finally one day find the smoking gun and find the ultimate evil politician that did it all. They're going to throw them in jail and the world is going to be a better place. I guess some people, that's their dream. But I'm sorry, guys, that's not the real world. In the real world, yes, we get the corrupt ones when we can. Yes, we try to create systems to catch as much of it as we can. But we don't stop everything we're doing and say, I'm not going to take another step forward unless there is zero corruption in the world. Well, then we're not going anywhere, because there's always going to be some kind of corruption somewhere. So stop using that as an excuse for not wanting to move forward. The reality is, in order to move forward in Guyana, the people who are aligned with the PPP are going to have to work with the people who are aligned with the APNU. Guys, I'm going to repeat that. The only way for things to work in Guyana going forward is for the people within the PPP to work with the people who are within the opposition. You all have to work together. That is the only way forward. Stop making excuses. The PPP is corrupt, so we can't work with them. Stop, guys. Stop making excuses. Put your big boy pants. I know it's scary. It's a big world out here. If you take on some responsibility and you're working with this PPP guys, they're going to snake you. They're going to stab you in the back. They're going to make it so you falter and everything will be blamed on you. It's not easy working with the PPP guys. I understand. But that is the challenge. Okay? That's your challenge, people of Guyana. If you're in the opposition, it is not easy dealing with these PPP dudes. I know. But you guys have to take on the challenge. You got to do it. I can't do it for you from America. You guys have to do it. That does not mean we're never going to work with the people. No, it means you're going to work with them, and they will sabotage you, and you're going to have to make it through the sabotage. Yeah, that's how it goes. I've seen enough of Guyana to know now that that is how it goes. I've accepted it. So if you guys want to know, well, why is this guy talking like this? I have totally accepted, this reality about Guyana, that there are always going to be people who are going to backtalk you. They're going to talk trash. There are no secrets in Guyana. Like, this is just the case. Okay, fine. But it's time to put the excuses aside, guys. It's time to put the past aside, and it's time that you guys come together and start working together. It's that time. It's that time. Let me see what else is in the comments here. Yeah, I know Winston's saying that, yeah, since Guyanese used to live side by side, and then the disturbance of 64. I agree. Yeah, I'm coming to Guyana soon, Savitri. I am coming soon. That's right, Hazel. Yeah, I'm just going through the comments now again to see what's going on. Okay. Racism is real in Guyana, I know. Racism is real in the United States, guys. I'm telling you, it's very real here. And just remember, too, from my perspective, growing up as a young Black man in Miami, I had to deal with, Cuban racism. And trust me when I tell you, man, in some ways, it's worse than the white guys here in America. So, yeah. Trust me when I tell you, I know a lot about the racism part of all this. A lot. Yeah. So thanks again, guys, for coming on. I appreciate it. I appreciate the support. It's important that what I'm saying be heard, because what's happening is happening so fast. And what the people of our region need to do, all of us, me here in the United States, everybody, people in the Bahamas, Jamaica, we have to come together as a Caribbean. We have to look out for each other, and we have to get ready for a pretty wild ride, man. Like, we are headed towards some really cool, fun stuff. We really are. But we need to come together. Okay. And we need to put our differences aside. And we have to understand that, yeah, man, we're not going to escape the corruption stuff. We're not going to escape the racism stuff. We have to move now. We can't move. We can't wait till we're perfect. We're imperfect, but we have to start moving now together. We got to have some way to put the past aside in some instance. We're not saying forget it, but we have to put it to the side in order to work with those who are our enemies right now. Because even our worst enemy here at home is a better friend than any of these other guys outside of the Caribbean right now. All right. So, yeah, I will be back on again, guys. Maybe today, later on, maybe tomorrow. But thanks again, guys. I really appreciate it. All of the comments, the likes, the shares. It's great. And hey, let's keep on this. And you'll see as the days roll on, you'll see what I'm saying. It will start to come more into view of what I'm saying here. And this is going to be a fun ride, guys. So have a great day. Have a great weekend. Love you guys. Take care.
Now I'ma put it down like that. I'm leaving, I ain't coming back. You don't like the way I act anyway. You really don't have to react. Don't try to change my mind, in fact. Honey, I've already packed all my stuff. We're no longer kids, let's move on. And you are not my kid, so I'm done. Please don't make me pull my gun. Sorry boy, I can't be the one. You know it, yeah. Nothing lasts forever. You know that a change will make it better. You know that nothing lasts forever. You know that, yeah, a change will make it better. There's no one to blame, you see. Maybe we're not meant to be. There are plenty more fish in the sea anyway. Every day's a different thing, so I'm not into wedding rings. It ain't personal, it's the way I think. Yeah. You know it, nothing lasts forever. And you know